Hey
Hi.
guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Who are you?
I'm Big J
I'm with Jay.
and
I'm Mommy
she's
J. We are the Jgirls, and once again, thank you for joining us on our WJ Cow Chat. Last week we had issues with technology, and we couldn't come in precisely our broadband. And so this we repeated a last week episode or 2 weeks ago episode last week, and today we are moving on. So, what were we saying? What are we saying? What is just the big deal? What's the tea?
so we're looking at express yourself, which is part of our NewMe curriculum. So this is sort of like a taster into what you could have if you sign up.
To get involved with us?
Yep.
Okay, Little J. What's your point? What's the tea?
Um, it's so you can interact with people and learn more about their culture, and you can be more kind to people that are not like you.
Mm. So you can interact with people from different culture and be more kind with them. We are doing so well. We have some group of friends. In fact, today we went to a birthday party of people from different parts. Some people were dancing Spanish music. Some people were, doing all kinds of things. But it was a nice day, right? Even though I was not there most of the time. Self-confession, but the two of them were there. So, so we just head straight into today's topic and we give you a glance of what it's about. So, how many times have I said so now? A lot.
Yeah.
So, another so. Today we're doing how do we express ourselves?
Wait, Jed and I will count how many times you say so today. Okay?
So they want to count how many times I say so.
No, one.
One.
Two, actually.
How is it two? It's one.
You said
So
we're
they
going
want
to
to
see how
count
many
times.
times.
No,
Yeah,
that's
this is
not
counting
included.
it.
That's not included. Okay, let's go into today's session. I'm going to say so.
Okay.
I'm not going to say it. Right, so what are we expressing? Did I just say so? What are we expressing? So, express yourself is about letting people know your unique cultural tweak and traits.
We're not
You
counting.
just said so.
Let's stop counting.
We're not counting again. We all have preferences and styles of sharing pieces of ourselves to those around us.
So you might be sort of an extroverted person and you would like to maybe public speak.
Mm-hmm.
Or you might be more of a quiet introverted person and maybe write it down.
Mm-hmm. And so let's switch that into cultural. Remembering what we did last week. What are the styles of expressing people from different culture?
Isn't there body language, verbal speech, and
so people from the West express themselves, why people from Asia and Africa kind of are quiet and thoughtful about expressing themselves, especially between adult and children relationship. So these are the styles we discussed last week. And beyond culture, she's just told you introvert and extrovert. So I was trying to describe that there are levels of comfort or discomfort when we try to express ourselves. So when you are close and you're expressing yourself as a family, you express yourself well. How? More. Now, when Big J is upset with me, she can express herself compared to when she goes to school. She tends not to express herself the way she expresses herself with me. Yes or no? Maybe.
yes.
Okay. So we're going to look at it. So if we take a level of, let's use ourselves as an example, a level of 10 to 1, what level of comfort do you have between 10 and 1 in sharing everything about you with me?
With you?
Mm-hmm.
8.
8.
8.5.
8.5. What about you?
10.
10. Okay. So what level
What about
of
you?
Me? I'm sharing everything with you. 10. Yeah.
9. I would say 9 because there are some things that you don't really want to tell us.
About my eye. Yeah.
Yes.
No. Okay, right. So I'll say 10. I tell you at the right time, not because I don't want to tell you.
Okay.
Yeah.
You tell us like very
When is necessary. So I have a very open door policy in my house, and I can share my comforts and discomforts with the girls at a very high level. But when it comes to someone you don't know, what's the level of comfort by which you can
someone
speak to
I
them?
don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like a
Acquaintance, somebody you just met. At what level?
A 1.
1. What
Or
about you?
3.
3.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. I can say 3. Yeah. Yeah.
Say 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
I actually mean it.
Yeah, because you
No,
talk
I'm
when you
being
see people.
serious.
We are
I'm being
serious.
serious.
We are saying, yeah, that's true. Because you can talk. You talk to strangers more than Big J. Eh?
Nothing.
So Little J is she's more expressive more than Big J. So Big J has a tendency of talking only when necessary.
And then when I talk when I'm necessary, sometimes I talk too much.
Now we are going to
Especially
see
when
that.
I'm upset with Chad.
Yeah.
I talk to you a lot when I'm upset,
So
Chad.
good. Yeah. So, and I'll be wondering, is it the same person that doesn't talk that is saying us, especially when Little J comes to say, Jeremy said it, Jeremy said that. I say, what? Wait, Big J said that.
Always do that.
I always do that. Okay, so that's the level of expressing yourself. So let's quickly run through this. So touchdown, express yourself. Why are we emphasizing on this? Because express yourself at the center core sets the tone of our entire lives. The way we express ourselves determine how our life is going to go. I personally am not very good at expressing myself the way I want to. Sometimes I know what I want to say, but expressing it, I'm always like, will I come out in the right way, in the right sense, So that's why we're telling Kate, learn to do it right now as a child.
Because this is a learning journey.
Because it's a learning journey for me too, going through this.
For us.
And for you.
Oh, really?
So virtual aspect of our lives, we need to pay attention to about how we express it. So if you want people around you to understand you and you want them to tune to you and to care about you, it's important that you understand the nitty-gritty, the core of why and how you should express yourself. So let's go. What does self-expression mean? Let's see the definition of self-expression by Kim and Co. 2007. Big J.
We define self-expression as expressing one's thoughts and feelings. And these expressions can be accomplished through words, choices, or actions.
Exactly. We had an issue today. You express yourself in action, not in words. Yeah. You made that choice to express it in action, right?
Like if I slammed the door.
That was an action. So you express yourself. That is why I said it's all part of expressing yourself. It's all part of body language. It's all part of saying, this is what I want to do. Now they are laughing at me again. So this is what I want to do. So it's all part of how you're expressing yourself, kind of. So that is why expressing yourself has to do with your feelings, your thoughts, and then your feelings and thoughts now comes out in your words, your actions, and choices. So the feelings and thoughts is the nitty-gritty, the foundation of expressing yourself.
Nitty-gritty.
Basics.
Like the really deep into
the core.
Bedrock.
Yeah, come here.
Minecraft.
Okay. So, Little J, can you read the first bullet point?
Sharing ourselves is known as self-expression.
So sharing ourselves with others is known as self-expression. Big J.
There are a few wrong ways of expressing yourself.
Yeah. There are a few ways of expressing yourself very wrongly.
Mom, the way I express myself is talking. So I talk They will call my friend for a reason.
And then you talk, but when you talk too much, and they say, "Stop, Jet! Stop, Jet!" That's too much. Is a wrong way of expressing yourself.
Yeah, but
So
I
you,
don't talk too much. They
oh no, when you're with Big J, yeah. Let's stop.
Yeah, she's my sister. She's literally already my sister.
Exactly. Once you say, "Little J, stop," do you stop? Yeah. Once you say, "Little J, stop," you just
And
give
then
her
I
the
just
fuel.
remember, I just remember something else.
Yeah, okay, let's continue. Do things that give you a better chance of hearing and being heard than others rather than expressing yourself wrongly. So let's take it again. Let's give an example of Big J's action today. I want you to think of another way that you have allowed me to hear you better and a better chance for me to be able to understand you. Think of it. How would you have done what you don't have to tell us what you did? How would you have done what you did better when it comes to expressing yourself?
Be more polite.
Be more polite. You would have been more
And maybe
polite.
try to understand what was happening before I jumped to a decision.
Aha. Try to understand what was happening. You see, all this come with growing up. But it's important that you are flexible enough to accept that I can grow up and understand and try to enlarge my perspective rather than just think in a box. You begin to think, what if that has happened? What if that has happened? My elder sister, when I was growing up, called it being objective rather than subjective. So you give objective reason why things might have happened that you don't understand why people behave like that.
Your siblings are very wise.
So be objective about people. That's why I told you that sometimes I find it very difficult to express myself because maybe I've played too much into the objective mode or giving people an excuse why they do things. So I try to say, okay,
Your dimples.
we are in a
You talk
live
about
program.
your dimples.
So get in touch with your authentic self and enhance your self-expression skills. Like we said, it's a journey. So you need to get in touch with yourself and ask yourself, why am I doing this? Why should I do this? Why should I not do this? And express yourself better. Okay. So as a recap of last week, do you remember what we said last week when we were talking about people from different areas and how they express themselves? So that was the diagram we used last week. So if you want to get to know what we did last week, about 2 weeks ago now, you can go back and see the difference. So people in the West are more individualistic and their norms and their practice, and they can just say, "Brrr." So the people you see there, the English people, the Catholic European, the Protestants, they are very, very expressive and all those parts.
Catholic is central.
But when it comes
Orthodox.
to those in that have traditional views, more of the Africans, the Asians, the Latin America, their culture is kind of collective and they don't place a lot of value on individualism and ability to express yourself. So the value you place on the way you express yourself is...
I forgot what secular rational means.
Pardon?
Is it?
What did you say?
Secular rational.
Secular rational, not necessarily religious.
Okay.
They don't have any religious kind of word.
How are Protestant Europe so high on the secular one? Because I thought
Because
it's a type of Christianity.
and because over time Christianity has been downplayed in the secular rational doesn't mean that they are not religious. This doesn't mean that they are religious. That means that they are more relational, they are more expressive in their values compared to this part that have very traditional values.
So these ones are more reformed.
More reformed.
Africa, survival, and traditional.
Yeah. What did I just do?
All right, you need to click on the.
Yeah. So that you see the difference. So that was what we did last week. And now here's a very interesting quote that I saw. I found it very difficult to put it, but I said I had to put it because little Big J have actually said something in that line today. Aha. So what does it mean now based on what you said before, in reference to what you said before?
Got you to be quiet.
Sometimes, because when you now express yourself too much,
You kind of seem like you're trying to force your points on people
and then you begin to,
because you're desperate.
you're desperate, attention seeking, you try to, because you're seeking attention. Yeah, sometimes when I'm anxious about a situation, I can talk just to cover the anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
It's different from when you're perpetually expressing yourself too much. It becomes a weakness. Now, when you and Little J are having a go at your gel, and Little J talk, 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 does that make Little J strong?
Mm-hmm.
Now, at that
Or
point,
I talk.
yeah, or when you talk too much, at that point, you are actually weak. And that's why one of the house rules is walk away. Because when you walk away, it shows that you're strong. But when you talk, 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 everybody say, "Oh, who knows this? Yes, I know. Who is it? Yes, I know." Yeah. At that point, you're actually showing that you have a weak point. So too much of expressing yourself is weak, but at the same time, it's good for us to moderately and educatively express ourselves with boundaries. Now, everything in life has a boundary.
Mm-hmm.
So I found that quote very interesting, and it's like bringing the Western overly expressiveness
Or
and the Asian African not expressive, and bringing them to the middle. So you have a balance of expressing yourself. When you need to talk, you talk. When you need to be thoughtful, you are thoughtful.
I wonder that's South America to be like.
Yeah, but in the map, if you see the map, the Latins are part of the very quiet one. You see, the South Americans.
Yeah, they're kind of they express
It's
themselves.
so they are a very good place to be in the middle. They express themselves when they want to, and they are quiet when they don't want to.
In some of Africa, like Nigeria.
All right, so let's quickly go on. So the journey of self-discovery is an important journey we all need to take in life, and self-expression is odd in some cultures. We've already discussed that. And Big J, what's the next thing that is written there?
It is a vital piece of the puzzle that is fulfillment in life.
So expressing yourself is one important puzzle that brings fulfillment in life. If you don't express yourself, like me sometimes, I'll lose the opportunity because I don't express myself. Because I remember a friend told me, if you don't ask, you don't get.
Yeah, you say that.
Uh-huh. It's a friend that actually told me, so I now start using it. If you don't ask, you don't get.
And also, I want doesn't get.
Hmm?
Also, I want doesn't get.
I want doesn't get. I don't understand what you mean by want
Like if
doesn't.
you just say I want this or I
Okay, I want this. I want this. Is
you're
like
less
okay,
likely to
yeah.
get
But
it.
if you say I need this, it's more important. But
And
not
you
when,
actually do need it.
yeah, not exactly. Not that we go into the shop. I need that. I need that. I need that. That's what you do. That one is different. No. So you have to be expressing yourself within boundaries. It allows us to work effectively with others when we discover self-expression and we're able to express yourself. Something happened in your school recently. You didn't express yourself properly. And were you able to work with others?
No.
No. Good. So that's a perfect example. Because if you express yourself properly and you follow the line and you follow what is expected to do, you can work with others and discover others around you. This Big J, the last one.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Have we done
Authentic.
Authentic self-expression is how we embrace who
So what does that mean?
don't be fake.
Don't be
don't
fake.
know.
So the real you is to embrace who you are. So the real you is to embrace who you are. So let's give examples of expressing yourself. That's a very yes.
L.
I don't
Is that
know.
a teacher wearing really
I have
colorful
no
trousers?
idea. Don't ask me. I just saw the
Or
image.
student.
So all the images we use are not us, but we found it and we use it. So give an example. Blitz, what's the first one?
Sharing details about their day and how it made them feel.
So as a family, every evening you share your day and how it made you feel. You express yourself. One of the things I'm trying to do with the girls is to create a day in a week or two, one day in 2 weeks, for us to sit together to express ourselves how we feel about things, or
Oh,
yeah, yeah. Okay. So we express ourselves. How do you feel with this? How do you feel with that? How do you feel with this? And when something happens, how do you feel when it happened? Other examples?
Wearing an off-trend or outdated item of clothing.
Exactly, because it makes you unique, like me.
Not me.
Like me, because I like personally, I like being off trend because it makes me express myself uniquely.
Also, the trend right now isn't so good. So
Exactly.
I
So
don't
what's the
really
point?
wear.
So I just wear outdated. That is a unique way for me to express myself. Okay, Blitzy J.
Playing guitar in the street, not taking donations.
Okay, remember we went to St. Andrews one time that went to play the violin on the streets.
And we left our violin cases there. We weren't expecting it.
People were just no, we were not expecting that people would drop money, but people started dropping money. But that's a way of expressing yourself. You just do something that is, different, not because you're expecting something back. So in the morning, every Sunday morning, you can decide to play a violin tune outside for the neighborhood. That's expressing yourself. You're right. Without taking donation.
No.
Okay. Yelling to express your frustration about traffic.
He do that so much. He doesn't really. He's like this white car.
No, but I express my frustration, but I don't yell.
You don't really.
Yeah.
Like some people.
So that's another way of expressing yourself. But that's in a situation you just yell out. So what's the last one, Little J?
Employing body language that tells you exactly how somebody feels.
Tell me, what is the most important example we have right now about body language? Amber and Johnny Depp. Seriously, I've been having conversations with the girl about the importance of body language, which I'm also learning from, because like I said, life is about the learning curve. But so many of the things that I'm researching, I'm finding out, especially when I was doing this, is how important your body language is. Like one of the things I've learned in the last few months is when you do your nose and you scratch your nose, it says, I'm not sure about what you're trying to say. Should I lie? Should I not lie? So
your head down.
When you say your head down,
you're trying not to look at.
You're trying not to look at
you've done something bad to you.
Or you're in a dark place. You don't want to confront what you've done wrong.
And that's what Johnny Depp was doing, and Amber Heard was
giving her testimony.
Yeah, but Johnny Depp, in his own case, they said he was trying to avoid her because she's like the person that did something wrong to him. So they're trying to avoid him. But in her own case, when she was given the weakness and she was looking down and not specifically looking up to answer, it's like she's trying to think, what do I say? How do I make up the story?
Or just what?
What do I say? That kind of thing.
We shouldn't just.
So we, girls and myself and all the kids at home, it's important at this junction that we learn more about body language and how it expresses what we have in mind. Big J did something yesterday evening and she didn't say anything, but the body language she used was like, so what? Yes, remember?
This is also
okay.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Oh,
So
and then your talking language is okay. When you say okay, you're just like okay, and then you be quiet.
Or you're just not listening.
I'm not listening. So you see, that's body language, and all that is the way we express ourselves. One of the things I learned was, if you're in a meeting and you are talking and people begin to look down or pick up pencils, then you're boring. Nobody wants to hear you again. So you have to watch people's body language in class. You need to develop this, especially Big J and Little J and myself. Let's develop the act of watching people's body language because it's very important. Okay. Like I've been doing like this.
And
all the girls in my class, whenever we were talking, like, so, well, I actually learned, they always do
it's lack of confidence.
And I don't know though, it's like a sign of confidence. words.
Is it?
Mhm.
Not when you
Well,
do it. Not when you do it too much.
Hmm.
Not when you do it too much. When you try to express yourself, yes, with your, like, I'm making an emphasis with my hands. Yeah, it's different.
That just makes you more.
Effective in terms of the way I'm communicating. But it's so important that I can also communicate without raising my hands, and I can just be talking.
But then you can do
But you were still
nonverbal
doing
too.
this.
And then you can talk with your eyes.
Okay,
no,
not on the
I'm
screen.
eye-contact.
So how do we express ourselves? So it's important that we improve our expression skills by speaking. That's what I'm doing right now. You express yourself by speaking out, go to public speaking, try to stand in the class, try to be in a debate club, try to be in a place where you can express yourself. Writing. The Big J, we've used this example a lot as a family. When you do something wrong, I say, Big J, go and write about it. You
I
know,
don't like writing.
you don't like about it. But it's very important. One way of improving your self-expression is to write down your thoughts. Write how you're feeling. Write the way the thing is doing it. Because when you do that, you take it away. Something happened to me a few months ago. I had an incident. What did I do? I used the incident to write a story immediately. Because when I did that, I just pushed out everything that has to do. So writing is very important. For me, writing is a very important way to express myself. So I can write my issues, write my stories, turn it into something fiction, and write it into a story. Body language, again. Girls and myself, children at home, parents, is important that we watch our body language because it's a very central point of expressing yourself. I told Big J yesterday, 85 to 90% of your expression is body language. It's only 7% that is talking.
What's this?
So expressing yourself is very important in terms of how you express your body language, how you express your body language. Okay? Another way of expressing yourself is through artistic endeavors. Playing your violin, you're expressing
No.
yourself. Dancing, I
Actually
express
doing
myself.
art.
Yeah?
Actually doing art.
Yeah, so drawing, you express yourself by drawing. Yeah, you're expressing when you're angry, you can go. You know, there are some kids that draws very goggy images. Yeah,
What
and
do you
it's
mean?
very
Edgy.
edgy images, images of blood and
Golf.
of golf and all that.
Gothic.
Yeah. So when you see somebody,
No.
it's okay. It's different ways of saying it. If you see somebody expressing themselves that way, it's actually what is inside. Most of the time, that is coming out. When you see somebody expressing themselves in a beautiful piece of art, that is exactly what is inside. Because whatever is inside comes out in art, comes out in music, comes out in every endeavor, comes out in your body language, comes out in your writing, comes out in your speaking.
For some reason, the good things come out in art. The good things come out in writing. The bad things come out in music. The bad things come out in acting.
No, bad things come out. Good things come out with music.
What
The
is
music I wrote
No,
are good.
for me.
No.
Oh, do you mean you're bad at music? Is that what you're trying to say?
You're not bad at music. You're
You're
great.
I know.
You're
Yes, you
great.
are.
As a man
I
thinketh.
know.
As a man thinketh.
Explain
As
that.
a man thinketh. You need to answer that question.
Oh,
As a man think. As a man thinketh.
No.
You need to listen now. All right. So you express yourself. So do not say anything negative about yourself. You're good at it. You don't become good one day. You practice until you become better and best. But if you tell yourself you are not good at something, you're already defeating yourself. You can't even express it. You just die there. Now, this guy is he's an author that wrote about a student guide to communication or stuff like that. So he was writing about how how students should express themselves more. And you can see, just like we discussed before, write something down every day. Write the right words that will convey how you want to say. Now, if you want to learn how to talk to Jedida, how Jedida should talk to you, you have to learn to write how you feel. And if you can't say it to her, write it and say, Little J, this is how I feel right now. I feel like busting your head, but I'm not going to say it, but I just wrote it down. So if you don't like it, just get out of my side right now. But I've written it down. So you express yourself at that moment and you're conveying a message to little J. So emulate your favorite author so you can learn their styles. So for somebody like me that write, if I want to improve in my communication and my writing skills, I take up and I get more involved in all the authors that I like, and I actually learn their styles and use it.
Who is your favorite author?
Francis Rivers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hopefully Enoch Dwight in our role.
I almost said in Night Blight, and I remember that. Yeah, that was when I was a child. But never never lose a chance to speak publicly. You see, never lose that chance. Oh, I cannot do it. I cannot. Yeah.
What's that?
Just take up the chance when you have the chance to do it. Apply all the winning formula to succeed. So the winning formula of expressing yourself, the winning formula of writing, the winning formula of emulating people's good points, people's successes. So if you read something and the author says, this is the way I do things that help me to express myself, try it. You know, when we're coming back from school on Friday, I was talking about how you can deal with certain situations, and I gave you a particular person to learn from. The Prime Minister. So I gave a scenario and how he dealt with it, and I said you need to learn to deal with that situation because you are learning from that. You are emulating the success. It's not that it's perfect example in everything, but there's something he has done successfully that you can emulate in your life. Okay, so let us go to the next slide. So let's quickly go through the techniques that we can use to express ourselves. I don't get distracted, big jelly today. They didn't see this side, so they are so excited looking at everything right now. I wish I showed it to them. I will have less distraction. So the techniques for expressing yourself as children, parent, this is more of working with your child. Teach your child to interpret spoken and body language. Yeah, that is a journey I am on with the girls right now. As I'm learning, I'm also teaching the girls to interpret people's body language. When I stand in the garden and I look at my neighbors, or I stand outside and I look at my neighbor, the first thing I look at is the body language. The first thing before they speak, I just interpret it. I look at the body. What is their body saying to me? Is their body saying, I don't want to hear me? Oh, yeah. I just read the body language first. It's so important that we read people's body language. So parents should reinforce the concept of personal space to kids. You know, boundaries. That is another thing I have been teaching the girls. Know your boundaries. Something happened and little J will come to me, and I'll say, did you give her personal space? Give her a personal space. Sometimes tigers need personal. Okay, let me go back to the other thing I was saying. So everyone needs a personal space. Give people their boundaries. Okay, if somebody doesn't want something, don't force yourself on them, or you become a stalker. What's a stalker? Somebody that is overly obsessive about somebody that doesn't want them around. So explain the meaning of idioms and jokes.
Will Smith in the slap.
So explain all those kind of things. Have discussion with your kids. Explain when something happens. Explain a political statement. Explain a joke gone wrong. Explain idioms. Explain cultural norms, because there are cultural idioms and proverbs. Like, I would just say a proverb and I will tell, what's the proverb I say? I don't know. In other words, when a child looks like me, I will rejoice. In other words, so it's important that kids understand all those cultural norms and cultural languages and emphasize to them on how to express themselves through it. Okay, so let's quickly go on. More techniques. Model your behavior. and teach kids the smart way to ask for help or favor. Instead of saying, let me have that. Wait, may I have that?
No.
Can I have that?
Please, can I have that?
Exactly.
Something in the shop.
So that's the next thing, is demonstrate the power of please and thank you and good manners. They are very excellent tools they can take out, and your children will stand out because they express themselves politely. Teach your children how to listen and follow directions. Guy, I'm still on that learning journey. I'm still, please, I know parents, if you're on that journey with me, please let us know the journey of teaching your child to listen and follow directions. It's very important. We all go wrong, and it's important to always find our way back. For older kids, those that are pre-teenagers and teenagers, let's encourage our kids to dress and dance to express themselves, especially through their cultures. You know, dress. Big J came a little while ago and said she wanted to wear my dress in your culture. I'm just saying. She said she wanted to wear my Ankara, my stone Ankara, and I said it was too big for you. But at some point it was a perfect size. It's not a perfect size. So at some point, encourage your kids to express themselves in music, dance, and dressing from their culture. Then you can also encourage your kids to design a website or blog and share their feelings about their culture to their friends. And that is one of the things we are doing in the Read Groovy website. We want kids to come, share their culture, share their thoughts on our site. You can leave a message. You can tell us about your holiday and what you did during your holiday. Post it on our site so that other kids can come and read. Design, even if you can't design a website, our website is ready for you. Our website is ready for you, readgroovy.com. You can share your experiences, you can share your thoughts, and you can also meet up with other kids from other area on our site where you can discuss your thoughts and your writing in terms of how your culture, and put that in a good cultural writing form. Now, another thing we can do is to create an expressive craft. In other words, you can encourage your kids to design jewelries or painting that speaks about their personal culture, that speaks about what they are, who they are, and where they are from. Then engage them in sports. There are some local sports, and there are some team sports, and there are some solo sports. This is a general one, but encourage your kids to express themselves in sports, in arts and crafts, in intellectual things, and in dressing, dancing. And also encourage yourself to mentor other kids. I gave Big J a challenge one time, and I said, look, go back and teach other kids around what you know about this particular thing. Yeah, right? Because I wanted you to grow up expressing yourself, not just expressing yourself by mentoring other kids. Another way older kids can do this, or we can encourage older kids, is to give them a camera so that they can just go away and be snapping themselves. Yes, expressing yourself. Okay, I gave you. Didn't you have a camera? Okay, we have a camera. I'll give you. So you said, go outdoor and do culture-oriented activity. Like we said, we went outdoor today, and the party we went to were people from different culture coming together. So that's like a culture-oriented party today. Help your child to do a video documentary. Big J, you need to do this. Describing him or her culture. Yes. You need to do this. Express your culture. Tell us about what you like and what you dislike about your culture, your strength, your interest, your passion. By that, you're expressing yourself.
You can have a taster.
You can have a taster of
right now. Okay.
So
what I like about my culture is the food.
Not
and what I dislike is how loud the people are.
Oh my God, like me. Well done.
Like
so for all of us, we need to express ourselves by speaking the truth in the moment. In the moment. The important thing is in the moment. Don't speak the truth when it's unnecessary. Speak the truth and when it's too late, or when people have already been hurt. Speak the truth. Widely define yourself. Define who you are. Like I said, I'm tacky. I like wearing out of fashion clothes. I have defined myself by that. Engage in creative techniques. So, like what we are doing now, that's part of our creativity. acquire self-knowledge, know who you are, read books and all that, pursue what you want and your passion vigorously. And the last one,
Develop a keen sense of reality.
You wrote Borat.
so develop a keen sense of reality. Big J, do we talk about that every time? Come to reality.
That was so loud.
That was so loud. Live in the reality. Stop living in your bubble. When you want to express yourself and grow in expressing yourself, have a keen sense of living in reality. Okay, pursue your passion, acquire knowledge, and so forth and so on. So let's quickly go in For Help Me. We have designed certain materials or materials for kids can use to express themselves in writing. Today we talked a lot about writing, and so because one of our goals is to let kids express themselves in writing, we have produced a monthly journal on expressing yourself, on changing your perception about people from different culture. So you begin to write your thoughts. What am I changing today when I went to the party? What did I perceive of the person from this, from that? What do I think? So we encourage kids. And then another one is about confidence. How confident am I to express myself to people from other culture? And then we have the cultural awareness journal, which
they made
special one. It made one for teenagers and preteens, where they can think of people from different cultures and how they are expressing themselves, how they are interacting with people from different cultures and building friendship and acceptance in school, in class, and all that. Get on our website. All of these materials are important for your kids. And if you can afford them, let us know. We can post one out to you if you can't afford it. But these are important skills that our kids need to build on expressing ourselves. I'm on a learning journey, and I believe that we can all work and grow on this journey together. Quotes. Okay, quotes for expressing yourself. I just put a few quotes as we are rounding up. Big J, they will just read it one by one. If you think there's one you're not sure about, let's talk about it, but that's fine. Just read it. Big J, start.
If you copy, then it is not self-expression.
So if you copy other people and if you want to be fitting a popular gang.
With the guy who got surgery so he can stop look like his hip-hop idol.
Exactly. That's not self-expression again. You are copying. Okay, little J.
If we don't believe in freedom of expression for people we despise, we don't believe in it at all.
So if you don't believe that to allow people we don't like to express ourselves, we don't believe in expressing yourself at all. So if we look at it from the political perspective and all the things that are happening, this is so important. So if you allow one party to express themselves, another party not expressing themselves, you don't believe in expressing yourself at all. Whether that person is saying something reasonable or not, you should allow people to express themselves. You don't have to agree with what they've expressed. You don't have to agree in the opinion what they expressed, but just allow people to express themselves, especially for teachers and students. Okay, Big J.
Self-expression should not be a challenge that demands extraordinary talent, but should be a right accessible to all.
So, very simple. It's not a demand, it's not extraordinary. It is just everybody should have a right to be able to express themselves. Lisa J.
Everyone has their own ways of expression.
Hey, now slow down. Can you read it properly?
Everyone has their own ways of expression. I believe we all have a lot to say, but finding ways to say it is more than half the battle.
That is me. I have a lot to say.
I don't know how
I don't say it. It's half of my battle before I come on the screen. Every time I'm battling how to express myself. So self-expression is important. I'm learning it and I'm teaching kids to express themselves and to face the battle of, especially for introverts like us, to face the battle of us. I'm an introvert and I'm also an extrovert. Hey, can we run up? So it's important that we try to express ourselves more. Big J.
Sorry. To the poet fated to be a poet, self-expression is as natural as to the poet fated to be a poet, self-expression is as natural and as involuntary as breathing us to us as ordinary mortals.
Yeah.
does this have to do with it?
So it's like expressing yourself as a poet is like expressing your breathing.
Oh, it's like breathing to us.
Breathing to us.
So poets are very expressive.
They are breathing their air into us.
So we should all become
exactly. Little J.
Okay, then.
Self-expression is always a right, but still not there to be abused.
Exactly. So self-expression is a right, but it's not abuse. It's not there for you to be abused. So you can't go on Twitter and be abusing other people because you have a right to express yourself on Twitter. Self-expression is a right, but don't use your right to insult and abuse others. You don't have to like their perspective. You don't have to agree with them, but let's refrain from abusing and insulting others because we have a right to express ourselves. Big J?
Everybody is talented because everybody who is human has something to express.
Yes, we are all talented. You don't have to be on the screen. We are all talented. Little J?
If you have the words, there's always a chance that you'll find a way.
If you have the words, there's always a chance you will find the way of expressing yourself. Okay?
Good things will come from self-expression. Short and sweet.
Good things come from short expression. Short expression.
Short expression.
Little J.
Last.
The last one.
You need to make this heroic. Go.
If there's one theme in my work, it's about authenticity and about self-expression. It's the idea that some things are, in some real sense, really you, or exist with you, and others aren't.
That's not what I meant by heroic.
Okay, I have to read that again. She has finished her heroism. If there's one theme in all my work, that's the writer, it's about authenticity and self-expression. It's the idea that some things are, in some real sense, really you, or express what you and others aren't. So, in other words, self-expression is what you're not or what you are, and it is the real you. So, boys, girls, mommies, daddies, aunties, uncles, anybody listening to us, they are now, it's not your own expression. Thank you for joining us today on self-expression. I hope you've learned one way or another to improve on your expressing yourself and to teach kids to express themselves. We are happy if you join us on this journey of expressing your cultural traits and helping people to understand you. Your body language might be different. Your way you talk might be different, but it's important that if you want people to get you, you need to express yourself rightly. Like one of the greatest challenges I've had is understanding how others around me express themselves. And I am learning it. It's a learning journey. And I'm glad that you go on with us as we teach children to express themselves in their cultural traits and to learn about others. So thank you. And you join us on another topic next week. Bye.